Did you know there are foods you can't eat? Not because they're bad for you, but because the government says so. Some of these foods are banned, others are restricted, and a few are just too rare or dangerous. Japan's Fugu fish can kill you if it's not prepared right. Italy's Casu marzu cheese has live maggots inside. The US banned Kinder Surprise eggs over choking risks, and shark fin soup is restricted to protect sharks. Some foods, like haggis, were once banned but made a comeback. Whether it's danger, rarity, or mystery, these foods remain off limits. Let's get started. 1. Kinder Surprise eggs. Let's start with something that seems harmless enough. Kinder Surprise eggs. These popular chocolate eggs, each with a small toy hidden inside, are banned in the United States because of a law that forbids non-nutritive objects from being embedded in food. The concern? Officials worry that kids might accidentally swallow the toys inside. But here's where it gets interesting. While Kinder Surprise is off limits, kids can still buy jawbreakers that are the size of their fists. Think about it. A giant, hard candy that could break teeth is perfectly fine. But a tiny toy inside chocolate? Not so much, go figure. It's a strange twist in the world of food regulations. 2. Casu marzu. If you've ever thought, this cheese could use more live maggots, then Casu marzu might be your dream dish. This Sardinian delicacy is made from sheep's milk and is intentionally left to rot, inviting flies to lay their eggs inside. When the larvae hatch, they help break down the cheese, making it incredibly soft. Sounds wild, right? The catch? It's illegal in the EU because, well, it's full of live bugs. But don't worry, the underground cheese lovers of Sardinia still make and eat it, defying the rules. Casu marzu is a forbidden treat, and for some, that only makes it more tempting. 3. Fugu. Ever wondered what it's like to eat something that could kill you in minutes? Fugu, or pufferfish, is one of the deadliest foods on Earth, packed with tetrodotoxin, a poison 1,200 times more lethal than cyanide. In Japan, only specially trained chefs can prepare it safely. But in places like the US and Europe, it's mostly banned due to the risk. Yet, for some thrill seekers, the danger is part of the allure. They chase that high-stakes adrenaline, willing to risk it all for a taste of this potentially lethal delicacy, a meal that could end your life. How's that for a culinary challenge? 4. Haggis. Scotland's iconic haggis, made from sheep's heart, liver, and lungs mixed with oats and spices, is banned in the US because importing sheep lungs is illegal. Sounds pretty wild, right? But let's be honest, it's not all that different from hot dogs, which are still legal and often made with mystery meats. So why the double standard? Haggis might be off limits, but hot dogs continue to reign as a popular snack, despite the questionable contents inside. 5. Ackee fruit. Jamaica's national fruit, ackee, is banned in the US unless it's processed the right way. Why? When it's unripe, ackee contains hypoglycin A, a toxin that can cause Jamaican vomiting sickness. Sounds pretty unpleasant, right? But in Jamaica, ackee is a breakfast staple, enjoyed safely for generations. The locals know exactly how to prepare it to avoid the dangers. It's a strange twist. The fruit is banned in the US due to its toxic potential, but in Jamaica, it's a beloved part of daily life. Makes you wonder how many foods are misunderstood just because of the way they're prepared. 6. Shark fins. Shark fin soup is considered a luxury dish in China, but the practice behind it, shark finning, where fins are sliced off and the sharks are left to die, is brutal. This cruelty has led many countries, including the US, Canada, and the UK, to ban the sale of shark fins. But here's the kicker. Despite the bans, the black market for shark fins is still thriving. People continue to pay top dollar for this controversial delicacy, turning a blind eye to the devastating impact on shark populations. It's a twisted reality where demand keeps driving an illegal trade, even when the consequences are clear. 7. Raw milk. In many places, drinking raw, unpasteurized milk is illegal because it can carry harmful bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella. However, raw milk enthusiasts argue that pasteurization strips the milk of beneficial bacteria and nutrients. In states where it's banned, some people go as far as smuggling milk like it's part of an underground crime ring. It's wild to think that something as simple as milk could spark such a heated debate. Is the risk of harmful bacteria worth the potential benefits, or is it just a case of clinging to tradition? Either way, raw milk is a forbidden treat in some places. 8. Ortolan bunting. This tiny songbird, once a French delicacy, was eaten whole, bones and all, while diners covered their faces with a napkin, allegedly to hide their sin from God. Overhunting led to the bird ban in France and the EU, but that hasn't stopped some top chefs. They still serve it in secret, keeping the forbidden dish alive behind closed doors. It's a dark culinary tradition, steeped in history and controversy. The thrill of breaking the law for a taste of the past? Some chefs are willing to risk it, even if it's illegal. 9. Redfish. In the 1980s, blackened redfish became a culinary sensation thanks to chef Paul Prudhomme, sparking a craze that led to overfishing, nearly driving the species to extinction. The US government stepped in and banned commercial fishing of red drumfish in federal waters to protect them. Fast forward to today, and redfish populations have rebounded, but the ban still largely stands. It's a classic example of how a food trend can have serious environmental consequences, but at least the fish are making a comeback. Even so, the lesson is clear. What's trendy today could be gone tomorrow if we're not careful. 10. Raw milk. The US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, prohibits the interstate sale of raw milk, and many governments have banned its sale due to the risk of harmful bacteria. Raw, unpasteurized milk can contain dangerous pathogens such as E. coli, Salmonella, Listeria, Campylobacter, and Cryptosporidium, which can lead to serious illnesses. Consuming raw milk increases the risk of foodborne infections, making pasteurization a critical step in ensuring its safety. 11. Beluga caviar. Beluga sturgeon caviar, one of the most expensive delicacies in the world, is banned in the US due to concerns over endangered species. In 2005, the US Fish and Wildlife Service stopped the import of beluga sturgeon products to protect the species from further decline. But if you've got deep pockets, don't worry. Alternatives like Osetra caviar are still available. While the ban helps preserve the beluga sturgeon, the hunt for luxury caviar continues, just with a different and still pricey twist. 12. Sassafras oil. Sassafras was once the star ingredient in traditional root beer until the government discovered that saffrole, a compound in sassafras, could cause liver damage and even cancer. As a result, it was banned from commercial food production. But here's the kicker. The FDA still allows artificial sassafras flavors, even though some studies suggest they might not be much safer. It's a strange twist in food regulations. What's deemed unsafe in its natural form is somehow acceptable when it's made in a lab. The mystery of food safety just keeps getting more complicated. And just like that, we've explored the world of banned foods. From deadly fish to forbidden cheeses, these culinary curiosities remind us that food is more than just fuel. It reflects culture, danger, and the rules that shape us. Whether it's the thrill of a risky dish or the mystery behind banned foods, one thing's clear. Food is about more than just taste. It's about stories. If this video was eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.